Ronaldo becomes co-owner of Spanish side Almeria. Cristiano Ronaldo has become co-owner of Spanish second division side Almeria by acquiring a 25% share in the club. The 41-year-old Al Nassr forward has bought his stake in Almeria, who are owned by a Saudi Arabian investment consortium led by Mohammed Al-Khariji, through his recently formed CR7 Sports Investments Company. While the financial details have not been disclosed, Ronaldo said in a statement he was looking forward to working with the leadership team to support the next phase of the club's growth. The Portugal international added, "It has been a long-held ambition of mine to contribute to football beyond the pitch." UD Almeria is a Spanish club with strong foundations and clear potential for growth. President Al-Khariji said, "Ronaldo is regarded as the greatest to ever play the game. He knows the Spanish leagues very well, and he understands the potential of what we are building here both in terms of the team and the academy." Last year, Al-Khariji's SMC Group acquired Almeria from Turki Al-Sheikh, who is chairman of the General Entertainment Authority, GEA, a Saudi government department. Ronaldo spent 9 successful years in Spain playing for Real Madrid, winning La Liga twice, and lifting the Champions League 4 times before joining Italian side Juventus in 2018. He has played for Al Nassr in the Saudi Pro League since 2022 and is the best-paid player in football history with an annual salary of £177 million. Almeria were founded in 1989, are third in Segunda, 2 points off leaders Real Racing with 15 games to go. The portfolio keeps expanding. Analysis by Guillaume Balog, BBC Sport columnist. A little over a decade ago, Cristiano Ronaldo did not want to contemplate life after football. Those close to him warned he was living on a treadmill and that when he retired, he might collapse unless he had built something to sustain him. He listened, and business became a way to continue to be relevant but also to give his family, who had put their own ambitions on hold, projects aligned with their passions. The first step was symbolic. In 2016, Ronaldo partnered with a hotel group to open a property in Madeira. Gradually, he began not only investing his wages but enjoying the process, the meetings, the strategy. He still harbored dreams of making a Hollywood film, but discovered a similar satisfaction in building companies, applying the same discipline he had devoted to his body. On the pitch, that obsession turned him into the most prolific goalscorer in history after the age of 30. Off it was shaping a second career. According to the 2025 Forbes ranking, Ronaldo generated almost £210 million on and off the field. Of that, just over £50 million came from his non-football business interests, a very diverse portfolio. He has increasingly channeled his activity through his investment and lifestyle companies, with holdings in a water brand, healthy living app, and a recovery products company, as well as underwear, fragrances, and footwear. As well as ownership stakes, he has high-profile partnerships with leading brands, has opened gyms across Portugal and Spain, and launched a range of watches. And the portfolio keeps expanding. Ronaldo co-founded a hair transplant clinic group now operating in Spain, Portugal, Oman, and Italy. One of its clients was his mother Dolores Aveiro. What began with that first hotel in Funchal evolved into a joint venture launched in December 2015 and initially valued at more than £65 million. There are now properties in Lisbon, Madrid, New York, and Marrakesh. In December 2024, at the Dubai Globe Soccer Awards, Ronaldo said if he ever owned a club, he knew how to fix structural flaws he saw in some of Europe's giants. And now he has taken a 25% stake in Almeria, who are owned by Al-Khariji, key to his move to Al Nassr following his exit from Manchester United. The treadmill was always going to stop one day, but he now has something to replace it. The headlines broke just after sunrise in Almeria, when the Mediterranean was still calm and the streets still half asleep. Cristiano Ronaldo becomes co-owner of UD Almeria. At first, it felt like one of those transfer rumors that bloom overnight and wilt by noon. But this one didn't fade. It grew roots. By midday, red and white scarves fluttered from balconies near the Power Horse Stadium. Cafe televisions replayed the press conference on loop. Children kicked balls through narrow alleyways, shouting, "Soy Cristiano," before striking them toward imaginary top corners. Inside the stadium's modest boardroom, Smaller than the trophy rooms Ronaldo had known in Manchester, Madrid, and Turin, the air felt charged with a different kind of ambition. Ronaldo stood at the window before facing the directors. He had conquered Europe with Real Madrid, lifted titles with Manchester United, and rewritten record books across continents. Ownership, however, was a new kind of pitch. "I'm not here for nostalgia," he said, voice steady. "I'm here to build." The president of Almeria studied him carefully. Superstars often drift in on glamour and drift out on distraction. But Ronaldo's reputation had always been anchored in obsession, training before dawn, practicing free kicks until floodlights dimmed. If he brought even half that relentlessness to ownership, the club would change. Outside, fans debated what this meant. Marketing, one skeptic muttered. Momentum, another countered. Both were right. Within weeks, the transformation began, not in fireworks but in foundations. Training facilities received upgrades. Youth academies were expanded. Scouts were dispatched not just across Spain but into overlooked corners of Portugal, Africa, and South America. Ronaldo insisted on one rule: no shortcuts. In his first address to the squad, he didn't talk about branding or global exposure. He talked about discipline. "When I was your age," he began, "talent wasn't enough. It never is." A young winger raised his hand. "Will you sign superstars?" Ronaldo smiled faintly. "We will create them." It wasn't arrogance. It was blueprint. He walked through training sessions like a silent storm, observing posture, pace, hunger. Players felt it immediately. The co-owner's presence sharpened everything. Runs were crisper, tackles cleaner, complaints fewer. At the Power Horse Stadium, attendance climbed. Tourists arrived wearing jerseys not just of Almeria but of Portugal. International media parked outside, searching for glimpses of the new era. But success doesn't bend simply because a legend wills it. The first months were uneven. A string of hard-fought draws. A painful loss at home. Pundits questioned whether Ronaldo's aura could translate into administrative acumen. "Great player," one analyst shrugged. "Ownership is different." They weren't wrong. There were negotiations over sponsorships. Heated discussions over wage structures. Strategic debates about balancing ambition with sustainability. Ronaldo immersed himself in it all, learning financial reports the way he once memorized defensive formations. He wasn't chasing applause anymore. He was chasing stability. One evening, long after executives had left, Ronaldo walked alone onto the pitch. The stadium lights painted the grass silver. He stood at midfield, imagining what Almeria could become. Not another giant overnight, but a club that grew with spine.